Award-winning economist and columnist Paul Krugman posted an article on his Substack on Monday of this week explaining that Donald Trump is already creating a massive crisis here in the United States, and, as per usual, it is a crisis that Donald Trump doesn't know how to solve once it really kicks into high gear. And that crisis, of course, is the economic crisis that has already begun due to Donald Trump's mass deportations. But it, of course, as Krugman says, is going to get much worse and will have impacts across the entire economy. What we're already seeing happen right now is across the country, people who are in this country illegally, to borrow the term of the administration, are refusing to show up to work. Right? They're not going to go to the place where a lot of undocumented people are, because those are the places that are going to be first targeted by this administration, as we have seen in the last week alone. So we're already seeing areas of the country, Florida and California in particular, where migrants are not going into work, which of course is now causing fruits and vegetables to not be harvested. That has already happened within the last 5 days. 5 days. And we're already starting to feel the little bitty ripple effects just from these people not showing up to work. Now imagine how bad it'll be, Krugman points out, when these people are kicked out of the country for good and denied re-entry. Because that's what's going to happen to a lot of them. And I think, by the way, that is also a point of Donald Trump's mass deportation plan that a lot of people have not thought about. It's not just that he's rounding these people up and he's going to throw them out of the country and then, of course, our economy suffers. It's that most of them will be permanently denied re-entry into this country. So that's labor, and I hate to put it in those terms, but economically speaking, that's labor that will not be replaced anytime soon. So we are talking about years worth of damage, and Donald Trump doesn't care. He said in an interview this past weekend, inflation's not a priority. He's not worried about it. He said the economy's doing great, which, month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, he was telling us how horrible the economy is, worst on the planet, right? But now today, it's doing great. Let me read you some of what Krugman wrote. The mass deportations are likely to do a great deal of economic damage. It's going to spiral out of control, and we will have major consequences with workers staying home or, if they can, going back to their home countries, with businesses laying off valuable employees for fear that they may be raided. Losing a large fraction of these workers would be a serious blow to the economy, especially because immigrants, legal and not, play a much bigger role in some industries and occupations than they do in the economy as a whole. He also pointed out the fact that they build your houses, they pick your food, they harvest it, they work on the ranches where your meat is produced. These people build your roads, they build your buildings, your schools, everything. There is not an industry that will not be affected by this at some point. All of it, every bit of it, will be impacted. And Trump doesn't care. And I do think at this point, somebody close to him has had to have pointed this out. Or at the very least, he watches TV 24/7, so he's seen people talk about this. He knows what he is getting into, and he simply doesn't care. The voters who failed to educate themselves ahead of the election, they get it now. A lot of them do. I mean, I've done tons of stories about how they've come out since the election saying, oh no, he's actually going to do what he said he was going to do, and now I'm screwed. Yeah, you are. But hindsight is always 20/20, isn't it? I mean, we were here warning you every day. The economists like Krugman were out there warning you every day. Conservative economists were warning you every day. But this is already happening. The wheels are in motion. It's not going to stop. And from this point forward, it is only going to get worse.
Today's video sponsor is Magic Spoon. As a kid, I loved eating cereal, but as an adult, I don't want all that sugar and most cereals don't give me the protein that I need. Then I found Magic Spoon, a nostalgically delicious cereal that tastes just like my childhood favorites, but without the sugar and with a ton of protein. Magic Spoon has also turned their super popular cereal into high-protein treats that are light, crispy, and taste just like those classic crunchy cereal bars. Magic Spoon's treats are so delicious and have already become my favorite before and after gym snack. Every serving of Magic Spoon high-protein cereal has crazy macros: 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of net carbs. They also come in many nostalgic flavors like fruity, cocoa, cinnamon roll, peanut butter, birthday cake, chocolate chip cookie, and more. Magic Spoon's high-protein treats are crispy, crunchy, airy, and an easy way to get 12 grams of protein on the go. They come in mouthwatering flavors like marshmallow, chocolate, peanut butter, and dark chocolate. I personally love the treats as both on-the-go snacks between meals and as a tasty treat after dinner. They're a great alternative to those sugary comfort snacks that I'm used to reaching for before bedtime, and both their cereals and treats are great for people who are carb conscious. And right now, Magic Spoon has a great deal for our viewers. Get $5 off your next order of Magic Spoon. Just go to magicspoon.com/ROF. Or look for Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. That's magicspoon.com/ROF for $5 off.